everyone, it's me, Marlo is fine. Welcome to your therapy appointment. This discussion is inspired by the new video that came out. Newish? Let's go with new. By the new Dan and Phil video that came out. If you're curious about what that video is about, I recommend checking in the description, but the gist of it is, they came out as in a relationship after years of speculation. Now, I'm not here to diagnose anything, because I'm a fictional doctor after all. I'm just here to tell you how I feel about these sort of scenarios, about people coming out online, especially people with platforms. And so you can get the perspective of a registered psychologist. That's a joke. Don't take that literally. I'm playing a character.
Well, why is it so hard to come out in queer relationships online?
Coming out is already hard enough. Imagine coming out to, let's say, millions of people all at once. Yeah, that's gonna be rough. Typically, you come out over time. People like to think of coming out as this one-time ordeal where you just come out and everyone knows you're this or that, right? We kind of have to come out over time. You know, it kind of gets hectic, but I feel like it's good to remind people about how you feel, right? So you can make sure that people don't get your emotions and your identity wrong. Now, if someone after that chooses to get your identity wrong, that's on them at that point. When it comes to coming out specifically online, curiosity is not the issue here. Good 2S LGBTQIA plus representation is important, especially for people who may not know how to articulate their thoughts if they are queer without it. What is the issue here, and this is not a queer specific issue, but people on the internet can get carried away, and that's when problems start to happen. Crossing personal boundaries of a creator and such, or just a random person online, not necessarily a public figure. People can become sort of stalkerish in a sense, and start assuming things about a relationship they don't even know if it actually exists. You know, it's a weird time we live in. Of course, last but not least, being queer is just hard in general right now. So that kind of throws a lot of mud in the water.
How can we combat toxic parasocial traits to make it easier for everyone?
This method I like to call putting yourself in someone else's shoes. If someone were to write or draw something about you that would make you uncomfortable, don't draw or write it about someone else. That being said, that's not the be-all and end-all. There's still more to go over here. If you are anyone, but especially a minor, do not write or draw NSFW, not safe for work, a fear of sounding redundant, works of the relationship. Not only is this not good for kids to be doing, and I mean it, do not do this if you are a kid especially. I don't even think kids should be watching my videos, but you know, unsupervised internet access and such. But on top of this issue where kids should not be drawing these things, it can also bring a bad reputation to the relationship you're depicting. Now, unfortunately, people tend to call out queer people for things they didn't even do to excuse themselves for being bigots. Unfortunately, if someone draws these drawings, anyone, it could be used as a weapon against queer people. However, you should have explicit consent to draw NSFW before drawing it of anyone. Another thing you can do to avoid these parasocial tendencies, these toxic ones, is to try and find boundaries posted on the account somewhere, and follow the boundaries once you know them. And if you're not sure if you want to follow the boundaries, or don't know how to follow the boundaries, the best option is to always just not interact with the page. This just makes the world easier in general and online. What are your thoughts on this video? Please let me know in the comments, unless the comments are cruel. In that case, unfortunately, I'll have to turn off the comments again. Thanks for watching, and please, try not to kill each other while I'm gone. Bye!